All right, so winter's coming. It's right around the corner. A lot of people, they either put lights on their chickens in the winter when it's darkest, or they let their chickens rest. Either way, what do you guys think? So, like I said, some people they'll put a light on them all night long, or until, you know, a timer on it. That way the chickens are active. They get that amount of light, which means they keep laying. Because chickens will completely, I've had a flock of 100 chickens stop laying for 3 months straight. Not one single egg. And it happens, right? Or do you just let them rest over winter and let them do their own thing? I do both, to be honest. It really depends on what I'm doing. Like I have my main coop. I just slap light on them. I let them do what they want to do. You know, I don't really care about their eggs. But then I have a couple breeding pens, like in here, my IM Somanis and stuff like that. I let them have about 4 or 5 hours of light a day, like extra. Nothing ridiculous, but I do let them have some light. Now, in the winter times, do we let, sorry for the noise, do we let some of our chickens free range and stop breeding them? Yes, we do, and I'm gonna be doing that today. So I'm gonna open up these doors, and I gotta watch them because these goats over here will try to run in here and knock over this feed container, because that's what they do. And gonna let these guys come out. Same in here. I got a black copper Moran pen and a blue copper that not really getting a ton of eggs from them, so I'm gonna let them do their own thing. And then I have a BBS pen over here. We're gonna keep them in there, let them do their thing. They get plenty of light just from the wall being open over there. And like I said, these goats, come on, get out of here. And they're not going to want to come out, so I'm gonna have to let them out. So used to living in here, they don't want to go out. That happens quite often. And they just run back into this coop instead, because they're not familiar with it. It's been a while. They're all part of the free range flock at one point, but now they're back at it. They all ran right in here. So just collecting eggs too while I'm doing this. Like I said, I don't get too many from these guys. They're just not really producing in here. So I'd rather them just be able to get their own water from the pond or plenty of outdoor water sources. I suppose I have to keep filling up this big old jug. And I need to come in here and clean all this stuff out. So I'm gonna get them out of here real quick, and then I'll come back. Okay, got them out. Took a minute. The roosters really didn't want to leave. They really like living in these little pens with a bunch of a bunch of hens for themselves, and they don't like competing. That's what happens. So I gotta clean these out anyways. It's been a while, and this is just a little 10 by 10. It's gonna hold 10 chickens in, roughly 5 to 10. That's what we like to do. And they have a bunch of roost bars and all that good stuff. But this just keeps them separate from other breeds so that we get purebred of whatever we're looking for. Now when you cross a couple of blues together, you're just gonna get a mix, a BBS mix. So 50% black, or 50% blue, 25% black, 25% splash. So they can go outside though and eat bugs and do all that good stuff. Plenty of water outside, like I was saying, over here. This doesn't freeze hardly ever, so whenever the winter time comes, these kind of do freeze a little bit. These don't break down here, these cups, but the whole jug will freeze up, and those will freeze up, and then the sun will melt them. So that's what, you know, helps us out. Anyways, back to the point of keeping lights on your chickens. Now, some people think that's cruel. A lot of people think a lot of things are cruel, especially on the internet, especially people that don't have chickens. They assume that they know how to raise chickens even though they don't have any. And no offense if you're that kind of person, but you know what? No, fuck it. Take some offense to it, because it's kind of ridiculous when a bunch of people tell me how to raise my chickens or rabbits when they've never had them themselves, or it's so cruel to do this or do that or whatever. This is a 300 square foot or 400 square foot pen up here. and there's about 40 chickens up here. So yeah, it's a pretty good size ratio. These are all Ayam Cemani. Great looking birds. It's pretty dark in here, the light's not on, but let me turn it on actually. Well, I'm not gonna do that. I don't want to drain that battery during the day. So I got a bunch of broody hens in here. Hard to see, but they're in here. And they'll bite you too. And that's fine, I don't mind. Breaking broods on these guys is almost impossible. They never want to do it. And I don't really feel like putting them under some eggs or anything like that. I just come out here twice a day and collect eggs and get them out of here. But this one just keeps biting me. But there's a bunch of eggs in here too. Let me get this done real quick and then we'll go back to talking about what we're talking about. Well, yeah, anyways, so for us, we keep lights on our chickens in the winter time, probably for 4 or 5 hours, 5 to 10, 5 to 11, something like that, so maybe a little bit longer. And what that does is that keeps your chickens laying all winter long. Now we sell eggs and we sell chickens, so yeah, we kind of need that going on. That's a thing for us. Like, that's part of our livelihood. That's what keeps the bills paid. That's what pays for all their feed. I got about 700, well, between 400 and 700 chickens. Now, I know that's a big disparity, and you're probably like, well, how do you not know how many chickens you have? I don't know, I just got a lot. And we like I said, we sell a bunch all the time. So, oh yeah. So the roosters don't really like to eat out of these things, so I like to come in here and scoop some food out for them. And then they'll come and call their buddies over to all come and feast on this poultry pellets. Shit. Well, I cracked an egg. So it happens when you do two things at once. No big deal. Just get rid of it. It's like it never happened. All right, let's bring these eggs up. So you can see I got a bunch of chickens, but most of them are young chickens. I got a bunch of pullets, and I got maybe like 100 laying hens, but as you can see, they're not laying so much, right? This is not like whenever the sun goes down, and like I said, those things, the lights were out for the past couple weeks at least, and I didn't even notice it because I don't come up here at night too much, especially recently. So yeah, that's what we're looking at for egg collection for today. It's pretty terrible. It's only like 5. Well, actually, I got some more Morans I can collect, but it's like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. There's like a dozen Ayam Cemani, which is not good, and then just a couple free rangers. The problem with the free rangers is though, they like to go under boards like that and just any little nook and cranny and lay eggs. So it's always the Easter egg hunt. So just kind of keep that in mind. In here, I keep my BBSs, which basically just blues, blacks, and splashes. I got a couple blues roosters and a couple black roosters in here, and then I have this little pen here, and of course there's no eggs for me to show you guys. This is just a little makeshift thing I built, and it works great. And the reason we have it like this is because I don't remember, because it was easy to build, but I got 0 eggs out of this whole pen, which is terrible. There's plenty of chickens in here, you know, and it's getting to that point where I'm gonna have to start free ranging all my chickens because it's just it's not worth keeping them separate. And I do the same thing here. I just kind of give them some feed on the ground. Chickens like to scratch through that stuff, and the roosters like to call their hens over and feed them and all that good stuff. Yes, I do put light on my chickens in the wintertime, fall, pretty much whenever the light, the outside sun starts setting earlier. Around 5 o'clock is when it gets dark out, so it's nice for them to get that extra couple hours of sunlight. Now that does increase their egg production, and you know, everyone has a different reason for why they want to do that or why they wouldn't want to do that. For us, we sell eggs, we sell chickens. You know, we need them to keep producing. We do only keep our laying hens for about 1.5 years to 2 years, and then we unload them, and then we get a new batch of chickens in, and so on and so on and so on. We've been doing that for a while now. Seems to work out pretty well, and people want chickens that are about 1 year to 2 years old, generally, because they're already at their peak laying time, and they have bigger eggs. Whenever they first start laying, for the first couple months, they're kind of smaller. And then I could see the argument for leaving them, letting them rest, and all that stuff too. And we do that as well, kind of. Once we're kind of done with the chickens for the winter, we let them go in the free range flock so they can go outside and do their own thing. We still give them that extra light so they still continue to lay a little bit, but it's nothing like they're not locked up or anything like that. They do get a chance to enjoy this farm, and we have a lot of acreage and a lot of water sources and all kinds of good stuff where they can go outside and just have fun and eat bugs and eat dirt and all that good stuff. If you guys enjoyed this video or learned something, like and subscribe. It'd really help out the channel. Thank you.